What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate those of you that were hanging out waiting for the live stream to start. For those of you watching the replay, though, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so when we do these live chats, you can take part right along with us. So luckily, the package made it in today. It was a little questionable. There was a label that got damaged that they had to replace and held it up when it made its way through Georgia. So wasn't sure if it was going to make it in time. Package was sitting at the door when I got home from the gym today. I didn't know if we were going to have to reschedule this one and do something else for a live stream, but it made it. So, one of the most polarizing releases of 2023, I am wearing Wanted Eau de Parfum. It's not that bad, guys. It's just not special in any way, shape, or form. I said it in the haul video. I'll say it again because I'm one of the few people that likes Wanted Tonic. I think Wanted Tonic's better than this. And some people won't agree, and I don't care because it's my opinion. Just like your opinion's yours. It is nice. It's just not that great. Like, the last two releases of the Most Wanted and the Most Wanted Parfum are the two best ones. So we're coming off of improving the line with the last two releases to taking a step back, honestly. I expected more out of this one, but again, it's not bad. I'm going to wear it. It smells fine. It's sweet, a little earthy and spiced. Not as strong as you would think, though. Maybe a little bit of an anosmia kind of thing going on here. I'm not sure, but it doesn't strike me as quite as strong as the others. I've had it on for, what time is it now? About an hour and a half. Not even really all that long for it to be that close to the skin. I mean, I can smell it, but it's not overwhelmingly strong. But again, it's probably some, olfactive fatigue. Let's be honest here. It's not only lasting 30 minutes, bro. The age-old comment, but Wanted Eau de Parfum, definitely not one of the best releases of the year. This will not be in the best of series at the end of the year. Falls in a little on the disappointing side for sure. And then the main event, the reason we're here, Mercedes-Benz Ultimate and Mancera Cosmic Pepper. This is still pretty pricey for Mercedes. It's been out for since 2022. It's still $60 from FragranceNet. Not a lot of places stock it. FragranceNet has always been the one that had it. It's still $60, even with 37% off, which for a Mercedes fragrance, especially this line, that's a lot, but I've been wanting it. It's supposedly like Greenlee. So I'm anticipating redundancy here. I just really want to see, because when it comes to car fragrances, Mercedes is the best. I'm sorry. Yeah, Bentley's got a bunch of good stuff. There's some Ferraris I enjoy, Jaguar, all the good stuff, but the Mercedes fragrances usually deliver. So I had to scoop this up. I've been eyeballing it since it got announced, let alone since FragranceNet. FragranceNet's had it for about a year now. And then when this first got announced, we did a split screen here live talking about it, and I forgot who it was. If you're watching now, I apologize for not remembering who, but we found out here on one of these live streams recently that FragranceNet had these. You guys bought up the testers. I bought the full presentation for a few dollars more because you guys bought up the testers. All good. I don't care. As long as I got a bottle, as long as it wasn't double the price, I don't care to pay 10 or 12 bucks more. It's all good. I'm fully anticipate enjoying this one. I would be shocked if I don't like either of these fragrances. But before we get going, we'll wait till about the 10-minute mark. We're 4 minutes in. Wait till about the 10-minute mark. Let everybody have an opportunity to get here. And definitely hit that thumbs up. The display ad on YouTube's New Era hats. That's hilarious. Targeted ad algorithms. You got to love it. So let's see who's doing what. Adam, always racing to be first in the chat, but hit that thumbs up on your way in, guys. We got about half the likes to views currently. Also, I don't anticipate a real big crowd because the earlier in the day we do these, normally the smaller the crowd, because I get it. People are at work and can't just tune into a live stream. It's all good. All good. Happy Friday, sir, and chat. In honor of Game 1 of the World Series today, and look, I debated on rocking I know you'll rock the Rangers, but I debated on wearing a Diamondback hat today. But I got the main event Jey Uso shirt in like over a week ago. It finally came in, and I've been wanting to wear it. And also been wanting to wear the Saints hat, which it's washing out the color, but that color blue is very similar to what's on here. So I went with the color matching option instead of going with a Diamondbacks hat because I am rooting for the Diamondbacks of the two teams. Won't be upset if the Rangers win. But of the two, let's go Diamondbacks, Davidoff the game and wearing Rangers royal blue with the 2023 World Series pat. So you bought the new release hats. I got the emails about them. So that's hilarious that you say that because the other package that was sitting at the door when I got home from the gym is the newest colorway of the Project Rock 6. I didn't buy the Project Rock when they first came out because I didn't like the launch colors. It was just basic black and white. And I was like, they're going to do some limited release colors. I just got to wait. When he came out on SmackDown a couple weeks ago, he was wearing these. And I said, ooh, he wouldn't be wearing those on TV for this if they weren't about to come out. So I said, when those drop, I'm getting those. And they dropped a little over a week ago. And I went ahead and bought them. So I'm actually going to be doing an unboxing video on the other channel for that. After this, I'm going to film that video for tomorrow. So it's funny that you say that. Dan, not the man, best name on YouTube. The One Luminous Night, Dolce & Gabbana. It's good stuff. One Most Signature. There's no such thing as an age restriction. There's just certain things that most teenagers won't enjoy as much as maybe a 35-year-old would because the tastes change over time. But something like that, absolutely. If you smell it and you like it, roll with it, man. It's just a powdery vanilla fragrance. You just know it is powdery. I don't know how you feel about powdery stuff. Shout out chat, Ross. Send a day Virtus Vanilla Oud for Spencer. Spencer is killing the game. He is the one to beat. He is the best smelling guy in the chat, according to me anyways. Got to head into class, but guess what? I got my Zaharoff samples in. First one I sprayed, Second Soul, where you started off hot, that's for sure. Randy's in the house wearing Van Cleef & Arpels Orchid Leather. Hit that like, everyone. Let him know, Randy. Armani Code EDP, my personal favorite. Dior Homme Parfum. It's between you and Spencer for best smelling in the chat now. That's 2 of my top 5 right there. Wasn't picking up much right up front, but it's developing and pushing. So that's the thing. It'd push even more if it could atomize and really open the fragrance up because they're dabbers. That's the downside. You got to like rub them on your skin. Atomizing it really opens the fragrance. Spraying it. So that's why I was like, if you got some empty decants, that would be the way to go. What's going on, Jason? Creed Original Vetiver. Excellent choice. Yeah. Well, I want to give it a chance. You know, my first impressions was not the most favorable. It was the least favorable of that haul. But, I mean, it's not bad. It's definitely my least favorite release of the year. But again, it's that my reasoning I said a moment ago. It's because their last 2 were their best 2 in the line. So how do you follow that? I mean, I guess there was nowhere to go but down because it's in the Zara line, but I like it. Definitely don't love it. Like, it's fine. I'll definitely wear it again. You know, I just won't gravitate to it and wear it all the time, I don't wear anything all the time, but it is what it is. Going to be going to class. Hope I don't choke people out with this. There you go. Hope everyone's having a great Friday. Aqua de Parma. Ooh, never tried it. CK1 Shock for Juju. Hell yeah. That's a good one. Let's go D-backs. Happy Friday. And enjoy the weekend. Send a day, Ralph Lauren Polo Deep Blue Parfum. Excellent choice, Kevin. Brioni Parfum. The Eau de Parfum, I still haven't wore that. It's still sitting right here. I need to wear it. It happens, Randy. It happens. It's all good. I appreciate it, though. So we're starting to ramp up. We got 82 viewers. We're almost to the 10-minute mark. We're getting there. Like I said, we'll give everybody a couple more minutes, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Oud Satin. That's a good clone. That's a damn good clone. Club de Nuit Intense Man limited edition parfum. That was in today's first shorts video. That's such a good one. Guerlain Habat Rouge EDP. Now, is it the rebottling with the newer bottles? Because I want to say the one I smelled with Justin's the older bottle. Because he brought that one of the last times we went to Chicago. And it was my favorite in that video. I remember being floored by that. On the test strip, it was a little powdery. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance. I still need to get that one on skin. It's not like it's expensive. I need to buckle down and get that one. 212 VIP Black. I've never tried that one. Sugar Dude, good to see you. Well, I mean, you are already in the chat, but no scent of the day for Adolfo. Kind of surprised. I had the 5 ml, so I passed. I want the bottle. Tell me it's nasty. So, well, I mean, I doubt it's going to be nasty, Spencer. When's the last time you smelled a Mancera fragrance and was like, oh, let me scrub it off? Not never. I mean, I would be shocked if that's happened to you. Good to see you. I love it. Hitting me with the pimping. I use pimping all the time. What's good, pimping? I am him. Show me different. I love the name. Love the name. Parlin Rosa Black. Can't go wrong. You going to dinner? Trying to pick up some ladies, man? That's one of them ones. Zaharoff Neo, testing Bulgari Impure this afternoon. I've never tried that one. Impatiently waiting for the big sale on Fragrance Bar to start. So they frustrate me with that. So certain level members, they send the email out 2 hours before the set because I have strict guidelines on don't release the video before 5 o'clock Eastern. So 4 o'clock Central. So literally right after this live stream, I have a video coming up about the sale. And I get an email 40 minutes ago about the sale. And I'm like, why couldn't my video go out then? If y'all are emailing a certain number of people about it, and it's me as a customer, not me as a collaborator, that they're emailing Ross the customer, not TLTG reviews the channel. You know what I mean? So I thought that was hilarious. I saw that and I'm like, why I gotta wait 2 hours to put my damn video out? Which I've asked my rep that before, like, why? He's like, oh, we just do that for, that's the members that spend a lot of money, that sign up for the rewards program, and you spend a lot of money, so you're going to get those emails. Well, I do spend a lot of money there. I definitely do. I have a cart full of stuff. I'm buying stuff after this. Like in this last week, I've bought a lot of fragrances from them. Plus these came from FragranceNet. So yeah, I got a cart full. I actually have to eliminate some stuff. I got too much in there. So immediately following this video, I have a short, 4-minute long video coming out. So I was tagged by Razor Ramon the barber, and I told him it's not really, outside of wearing hoodies to the gym, hoodie weather's pretty much over for me. So I was like, I passed on the tag. Yeah, I passed on that. He tagged me in the initial one because I did that tag years ago. And, but I was also living in Colorado 2 or 3 years ago when I did that. So, yeah, I told him that, stuff like that, it just doesn't even make sense for me. Outside of wearing it to the gym just to make myself sweat more, I have too many hoodies now. I have a collection, a wardrobe, a closet full. Literally, I have 2 closets in this room. One of them's nothing but hoodies. Like 3/4 of the closet's hoodies. It's right here. It's a large closet, too. I have a lot of hoodies. Liking what you're doing for the fragrance community. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. We're 12 and a half minutes in. I guess this is going to be what it is at 2:30 in the afternoon, Central Time. So let's go ahead and get into these. Just made an order from FragranceNet. Got Bentley for Men, Aqua Cinziali Blue, Zaharoff Porum EDT Classic, the Nighttime, the Elixir, and Stetson Legend. Well, damn, Cody. That's a hell of a haul right there. Phantom Parfum. I'm debating on grabbing that. Fragrance Buy's got it. That's one I got in my cart right now. What's going on, Montrese? No Joel today. Yeah, I mean, he'll pop in when he can. Oh, Jesus. Panthers fans. Common Sense with $10 super chat. I appreciate you. Mahir Legacy. I'm assuming the silver one. Oops, I did it again. 4 Argos fragrances coming. 3 from Frag Buy, 5 from Triple Traders. Oh, man, can't wait. Look, man, you're talking to like the king of overspending on fragrances. So trust me, I get excited. I know the feeling. And on that, thank you for the super chat. And on that note, we are going to go ahead and just let me scroll down and find a decent little spot to stop, because I was apparently way behind. So I'm going to scroll down so when I come back to the chat, I'm not going to hit it. Don't quit it. Let them know, Boz. So this way, when I come back to the chat, I won't just be so freaking far behind. So, all right. So I know the main one everybody's interested in is Cosmic Pepper. So we'll do that one first. Might as well, right? We have looked at the notes here on this channel before, but I don't remember them specifically. I didn't look at them when I was buying it. We'll just wing it, see what it smells like, and cross-reference like we normally do. I got the empty box right there. I literally busted the package open right before I clicked the go live option. It's crazy to think I used to keep them in the bag, in the box. Now that's totally not the case. That's the Mancera shelf. There's a line of Creeds. Bulk of the shelf's Mancera, and then this section's Montal. I have a feeling I'm going to move those Creeds one day. And it's just going to be all Mancera and Montal. So here we go. Cosmic Pepper. So with a name like that, you'd think it'd be crazy peppery, right? I remember there being pepper. I mean, they'd be crazy to not have some kind of pepper in here with that name, right? So we'll see what's what. Nothing on the hand. I love their new atomizers. So good. Not tickle my nose spicy. At least not out in the air. Oh, there's like a fruitiness. It's going to sound weird, like peppery, fruity, kind of a little watery even. I was not expecting this to smell like this. A little woodsy. There's a juiciness to it, but it's clearly spicy. It's not like fiery hot, and it's not crisp and fresh spicy or green or anything like that. At least not yet. It's more of a like a soft spice fruity combination, like a not quite bitter, not quite tart, somewhere in between. Juiciness that's a little fruity. Something. What the hell is that? I was about to say the F word. I try to cut back on the F bombs in the live stream. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. There's also something a little familiar about this one. I don't know what. I can't pinpoint it, but there's a familiarity to it. I will say this. My initial thoughts smelling this in the opening is this is like signature scent level worthy, like Cidrapoise Aqua Wood kind of stuff. Like this goes in that collection of Manceras. It's not crazy spicy like you would think just based off the name. There's a spiciness here, but it's not just like pepper, cinnamon. Like it's not just punching you in the nose with spice. It's a nice woody nuance coming in that smells a little like sandalwood, like a light creaminess. Let's pull these notes up. I'm very not confused, but surprised because this is not what I expected it to smell like. Let's take a look. Floral, okay. That creamy floral. That's what makes sense to me. Okay. Citrus, synthetic, spicy, sweet. Black pepper, pink pepper. I think it's more pink pepper. Brazilian tangerine and lemon. So it must be that tangerine that I'm picking up here. Wild sage. More black pepper. That's kind of weird. Damask rose. Oud. Really? Oud? That's not the usual oud oil that they use. It doesn't have that typical Mancera oud smell. Definitely not what they use in most of the Montals. It's more of a dry wood. And you have the like this tangerine is very like a juicy, fruity type of smell. It's got to be the tangerine. I don't get some sharp lemon or anything like that. So like, am I surprised to see lemon? Yes and no, because I don't smell lemon, but you know, of course, lemon's there with lemon, bergamots. That stuff's in everything. And it's not an overdone pink pepper smell, but I would say that I'm getting more pink pepper than I am black pepper. It's more like a peppercorn kind of smell, like fresh peppercorns that haven't been cracked yet. Some of you, at least some of you, know what the hell I'm talking about when I say that. Amber, labdanum, oak moss, tonka bean, white musk. This is such an interesting note breakdown, right? Similar. What fragrances? What fragrance are y'all saying is similar? Musk oud from Killian. I've never tried that. Almost the exact same combination. Oh, wow. No breakdowns, very similar, minus stuff like rum and incense. But, I mean, the accord pyramid here is almost identical. You have sweet and synthetic versus oriental and woody. So that's probably a bit more woodsy. The oud probably comes out more. It's not heavily rosy. The wild sage makes sense for this aromatic smell I'm getting, but there's a creaminess that kind of balances everything out. I am getting a little bit of a rosy smell starting to come in. It is getting a little bit rosy. This one's so interesting, but it smells like you could wear this every day. Not a situational fragrance. I don't think this is hard to like. And I think this is difficult to dislike. But it doesn't smell like some mass appealing designer that I've smelled before. So you can put that right away in the win column. It doesn't remind me of anything, but it also smells familiar because it's not challenging. I think that's why there's a familiarity here, is because it's not challenging at all to me. Spencer, just go ahead and get it. It's a pleasant surprise. I was expecting very peppery, very spicy, and even seeing this, black pepper twice with pink. I anticipate a lot of spice, and it's not overdone. It's not an intensely spicy accord. Like, see how they have it ranked fourth? I think that's fair because there's clearly a spice here, but it's not at the forefront. This floral accord they're talking about is the creaminess here. It is getting a little bit more rosy, but it's getting so much more on the creamy side. And in the citrus, it came across a little fruity sweet. So see, they have sweet back here, lightly sweet. That tangerine is on the sweeter side. The combination with the lemon, I'm assuming, is what makes it so juicy in the opening. And I don't find it's overly synthetic. I mean, it's not the most natural smelling. Like, I wouldn't call this some $500 Rosa Parfums fragrance, but it's pretty damn good. I mean, just the opening on this is an easy 8.5. This is an easy 8.5 out of 10, and it's just these first couple of minutes. And it is starting to change. There's a darker woody nuance that does not come across as a funky oud at all to me. It is a little ambery, and the musk here isn't just a bright, clean white musk. It's a little bit dirtier than that, but I also wouldn't call it some animalistic musk either. Like, it's not a bright, white, clean musk. It's not soapy, laundered type of muskiness. But again, it's not like deer musk. It's nothing like that. That could be contributing to a little bit of creaminess. Could be. Because there's a clear musky tone to it. And it's pleasant. It's very pleasant. This is a great release. This is a really good release for them because they just dropped Intense Red Tobacco, and this is wildly different from that. So if that's a much more situational fragrance, this would make a good, yin to the yang counterpart to diversify a wardrobe. This is pretty damn good, guys. I think this is like better than Aquawood. Some of you went, damn, really? Because I know a lot of you really like Aquawood. This is in the family for wearability of Aquawood and Cedrat Boisé, I think. I think it's fantastic. We'll give it a little time to dry. Let me catch up with the chat, and then we'll dive into Mercedes-Benz Ultimate. But not what I expected it to smell like, but I'm very much happy with how it turned out early in the fragrance anyways. Noah with the $5 super chat. The GOAT himself, pleasure as always, wearing commodity vetiver, 75 degrees in Massachusetts right now, tripping me out. Well, it was pretty warm today too over here. It's 79 right now. It was a little bit hotter than that earlier. But then again, I was burning up because I was sweating my ass off doing legs. I had a great leg workout. So for those of you that didn't know, some of you already know from me talking about the live stream, I stopped bulking and I went back into a deficit, really cut the carbs out, and I lost 6 pounds in the last 3 days. Yeah, because I've only been cutting for today, Thursday. I started cutting Monday. So today's day 4. I already lost 6 pounds on the scale and 5.6 pounds fully clothed. It's all water, but the veins in my legs are back and stuff like that. Like, I see, because everything, the shirts are tighter and everything that I've been wearing for a while, but vascularity is coming back. I'm dropping water. The abs are coming out a little more. So yeah, this is going to be a great cut. I just hope I don't hit a wall too quickly, because you know how it is. Once you drop all the easy water, it's a bit more difficult. So we'll see. But thank you for the $5 super chat, my man. I know that had nothing to do with what you're saying, but speaking of, the weather being a certain way, it was kind of warm for me today too. Every man should have a hoodie. I got tons of them, Montrese. I got tons of them. Hit them with it. Hit them with it. I have a hoodie. Well, I would hope everybody has at least one. Not to hype it up, but have a huge reaction. Got a huge reaction to Cosmic Pepper just now as I'm at work. You'll go nose blind like I did. It's still coming off really strong on my hand, so my nose is not wearing out quickly anyway. I'm not saying it won't wear out at some point, but it's not wearing out rapidly. I'm digging it. I'm really digging it. It's so easygoing, yet nuanced. It's got some nuance to it. That's so good. I don't think I have quite that many, but I'm close. I'd have to do a count, but it's in that realm. Hit him with it, Boz. 61, sheesh. My 11-year-old son's starting to get into fragrances. I caught him a few times spraying my fragrances on himself. So I was wondering what you think. So get him Versace Mano Fresh. I think that's the ultimate starter fragrance. I really do. He's going to love it. Your wife's going to love how he smells. You're going to love how he smells. If you have it, let him try it because you can get it for a good price. That's such a great fragrance. The bottle's cool. It'll look cool on his dresser. It's something he can be kind of proud of, like, because it's almost like a toy the way it looks. Not that he's into toys still at 11, but you know what I mean? It's that baby blue glass with the ridges and everything. And it smells great. Anybody that doesn't like Versace Mano Fresh, I mean, it's just a taste thing. I get it, but more people than not love the way that fragrance smells. I think that's just a no-brainer kind of option. I really think it's like the ultimate first fragrance for anybody, from an 8-year-old to a 20-year-old to if your first fragrance you buy is at 40, whatever. I think it's a great spot to start. If you have it, let him try it out. Let him try it out and then get him his own bottle. Good to see you, CJ. What's up, Dominique? Oh, wow. So you like Puma. Adonis Awakens, Triumph for Barkers, Pour Homme, Bacio Immortel. You can't go wrong there. So I've heard it's very much a sunscreen fragrance. This is according to my man EQ. I haven't tried it yet. I will get it eventually. I got a lot of freshies this past year of them. That wasn't one of them. I can see that. I can totally see that. It's not the same, but I can relate the creaminess, that creamy floral tone. I can definitely relate it to it. I would say in the 60% relatability kind of, like, I can definitely get where you're coming from since you say it or type it. That makes sense, but it's not a dead ringer for it. I wouldn't by any means call it like a clone of it. This has definitely got some much more depth and some very different nuance to it versus an Allure Homme Sport, but I totally get that. I totally get where that's coming from for sure. It's just a nice undertone of peppered spice. And it's not even like distinctively like, oh, that's black pepper. It's just a pepperiness to it. Like I said, it smells more like peppercorn, uncrushed peppercorns with a creamy rose, because it is getting more and more rosy as it dries. That juicy, fruity citrus kind of faded a bit. A little touch leathery, but ambery and musky is the main things here. I love it. Big giveaway this month, only $9.99. So that is on Sunday. Let them know, Kyler. Dior Homme Parfum is for sale and fragrance by, well, I'm sure within a very, very, very short amount of time. They've been restocking it pretty rapidly lately, but it always sells out within, an hour, 20 minutes to an hour. What's up, Dino? Just Jack Amalfi Coast. Has that Cedrat underneath, about 20%. That's fair. It's totally fair. I think this is a great release for them. I totally think this is a great release. If you're looking for something new and super original that's going to blow your mind, this ain't it. This ain't it. And it's funny that Allure Homme Sport was brought up because that's probably the familiarity that I was getting that I couldn't pinpoint. Because as soon as I read it, it's like, yes, that's what it is. But it's not the same fragrance. Not the same fragrance. Like I said, I would give it like 50, 60% maybe relatability for sure. And then how Twilly's saying 20% Cedrat underneath. I'm sure as it dries, I'll get more of that, especially if this labdanum starts to really take hold a bit more and maybe this dry oud adds a bit, because I get a lot of a woody dry woody smell from Cedrat Boisé. And so far, I've gotten a light dry woody smell. If that takes over as it really gets deep into the dry down, I bet you I'll get more Cedrat Boisé out of it. Currently, no, not so much, but I bet as it dries, based on the nuance I get now and what the notes show, I'm probably going to get what you're getting. I would think that's a safe assumption. I haven't had that issue. Hot water fixing. Third one won't unclog. Have to switch atomizer to get the juice out. Damn. Maybe something like a cross between Spice Bomb and Cedrat Boisé. No, definitely not Spice Bomb kind of spice. Definitely not. Something for every day. I mean, the safe play here is going to be the EDP Intense, believe it or not, because it's named very incorrectly. It's a It's a pleasant woody aromatic. It doesn't have the fruitiness of the others. You're not going to have all the aldehydes and the apple of the EDT. But the newer version EDT's got more vanilla too, so it's sweeter. So if you don't like sweet in your designers, I would stick with Y EDP Intense. It's probably the better versatile option. Old versions, the original formula of Y EDT, I would have said that. But the newer version, I don't think it's as good. They toned back the aldehydes and cranked up some vanilla. So it's still good, but I don't think it's as good. So I'll probably go Y EDP Intense, actually. Unless you can get the old bottle of Y EDT. I realized I didn't have any energy drinks, so I'm finishing up this bottle of Diet Dr. Pepper. When I realized that we had 9 minutes till we went live, I was like, well, shit, I guess I'm not having an energy drink. Indeed. Indeed. I mean, I try to hold back a little bit more because, I mean, I get it. Not everybody wants to hear that stuff. It does, you know, it makes you more relatable when you're that much realer. But, I mean, because I do have a very potty mouth. I curse like a sailor. So when the time's right, you'll notice I curse more at the end of streams because once the topic's over and we're just chopping it up, you need to be here for the uncensored stuff. If you're staying for just the random Q&A at the end, just be ready for uncensored. That's when I let it fly. So, I mean, because we're trying to stay on topic here, which speaking of, it's time to go ahead and get into the next one. Starts at 5 o'clock Eastern. Yep, 5 o'clock Eastern for everyone. So scroll down and find a decent spot to start. To stop. Me Cosmic Pepper smells like a blend of Chanel L'Arome and Versace Eros with rose. I don't really get much Eros, but I understand the sentiment of what you mean, Julius. But I do get Chanel L'Arome, like a little bit more of sport, because I'm not real familiar with the L'Arome, the original. But I get a little bit of the sport. But all in all, I think it was $80, $83 or something like that, because I wasn't lucky enough to get a tester. You guys hurried up and bought those out before my live was over. Thanks. They only had 5. I mean, I anticipated that. If they'd had 20, I'd have been mad at you guys. Be like, really? 20? Y'all couldn't wait. But 5, I get it. So I paid like 83 for this, which, I mean, that's going rate for Mancera's from these discounters. For a brand new release like that, it's shocking that it got below 100 so quickly. So, I mean, I think it's totally worth what I paid for it. And with that said, let me scroll down a little bit because apparently I'm very far behind. Wow, I was so far behind. I apologize for that, guys. So I'll start after this one. So it was a limited time thing. It may come back in the future. It'll probably come back in the European market because the Europeans really enjoy citrine. Smells amazing, quality's top, lasted for days on clothes. Bring it back, George. He probably will at some point. Citrine's phenomenal. I think it's the best smelling fragrance he's ever put out. Honestly, I've said that before. I love the experience of rosé, but I mean, if we're just talking spray it and smile, citrine. So, all right, on that note, let's go ahead and bust open what's supposedly designer Greenlee. Was my understanding from the start. I don't know how much, I don't remember the notes, but I don't know how much of that is going to be true. But we're going to give it a shot. $60. Mercedes-Benz Ultimate 2022 release, newest release in this line, which I'm a huge fan of this line. Wow, that is gorgeous. This is not picking up the beauty of the gradients. It looks even better than the Intense bottle that has the black gradients. Like I said, this isn't doing it justice, guys. Clear to blue to super deep blue at the top. And you got metallic blue on the cap. Gorgeous. These bottles are so stunning. For basic cylinders, they really stepped out with these quality stuff. I love the line. The original in the line, so slept on. You guys have heard me talk. I've done special dedicated videos to that. Atomizer's almost lined up. All right. Let's see what we got it. Well, sprayed right away. Good atomizer. A little bit Greenlee, but it didn't like, oh God, that's Greenlee. No, not out in the air. I'm reminded more of a David Beckham, like Instinct is what comes to mind. like a higher quality version of that almost. That's what came to mind immediately until you get close to it. That's a thick apple green apple smell. Some fresh greens, apple. Smells like apple. Like distinctively apple. Some spiciness that kind of smells like a fresh green spice. This doesn't smell exactly like Greenlee. I get the relation, but I don't immediately think Greenlee. It also, for those that are going to ask, because 3 of them smell like Fahrenheit of some sort, doesn't smell like Fahrenheit. Okay, because the original smells like fresh citrus Fahrenheit, like Fahrenheit cologne, I would assume. I never smelled Fahrenheit cologne. That is a flanker. The Intense, supposedly people call it Aqua Fahrenheit. I think it's like leatherless Fahrenheit, basically. And then the Le Parfum smells pretty much like straight up Fahrenheit. I do get a little bit of the violet here. I bet the violet's still here from the DNA. It might smell like a Fahrenheit flanker that I just haven't tried, because I do get some violet. It's got a little bit of that petrol violet smell to it, but apple, green spice. I was not expecting it to smell like this. Just like, I mean, both of these are pleasant surprises. Like, I had a certain anticipation and expectation for what it was going to be, and it's not what I thought it was going to be. This is rich. Very rich fragrance. Not crazy woodsy yet. There's a woody nuance hanging in the background, but I would by no means call this a woody aromatic, at least not in the opening. You know what we got to do here. Let's pull it up. Here we go, 2022. Decent ratings, fruity. Yeah, apple, clear as day. Synthetic, sweet, fresh, and woody. Here you go, cedar leaf, lavender. So there's that green that I was getting. There's that green feel. Apple, very much so, and nutmeg. So here's my spicy green apple smell. That's what I'm getting. Nutmeg, apple, cedar leaf, and probably the lavender. It smelled like the violet was here. Apparently it's not, but could have fooled me. Clearly did fool me. Amber, cedarwood, cypress, patchouli, and sandalwood. So you have more green, more woodiness. It's going to be very much a woody aromatic. That's probably fruity synthetic. That's what a weird classification. Olivia Cresp. So Olivia Cresp did this one. I think he did the entire line, actually. Supposedly it's performing well for people. Generic blue scent with dry cedar and sandalwood shaving, sweet, fruity, synthetic, and aquatic opening, expendable scent. Well, thank you, Berto Lusic. Whatever. I guess that's how you say that. Definitely on the synthetic side. I agree with that. It's getting much more intensely cedar heavy, but it's very green and spicy and fruity. I'm not going to call it a banger, but I am going to say it's an 8 out of 10 great fragrance, because it's better than I was hoping for. I had Greenlee in my mind, so I was expecting fresh green and woody. This is spicy green and woody. Very spicy. Surprising. Like, I'm shocked spicy is not one of the main accords here. Maybe it's just on my skin. I think this is great. This is great. Now, if it was smoother like Cosmic Pepper, it'd probably get that extra half a point. Let's call it 8.25. Let's split the difference. So 8.25. We'll do a quarter point here. Look, I still say wait. Wait. I really wanted this one. That's why I got sick of waiting on it to get lower than 60. It's been $60 from FragranceNet with a 37% off for a long, long time now. It's like, clearly it's not budging. It's not something you have to have. I mean, you dictate how you spend your money, but I've been wanting to get this. It's had my interest peaked since it came out. I'm cool with having spent 60 bucks on it because I do really like it. Like, I'm super happy that I have it. I'm probably going to wear it in the next couple of days. I'll probably wear it before I wear Cosmic Pepper, even though it's rated a little lower. I don't know. It just speaks to me a little bit better with just something to just throw on. T-shirt, flat bill hat. This is my kind of scent right here. Okay. With that said, don't feel like you have to get this. If you can wait. It will get cheaper. It will get cheaper. The rest of them get in the $30 range. Why wouldn't this one? Might be a while that you got to wait, though. So that depends on your tolerance to being able to be patient. Because I do really like it. I do get a little bit of greenleaf, but it is so much more. It's intensely spicier than Parfums de Marly Greenleaf. Quality's about the same. I would say PDM's a little bit higher quality. They're both synthetic. The PDM's definitely a little higher quality, but man, I really like this, guys. This is my kind of stuff here. And I wouldn't even necessarily call it a blue fragrance. But then again, it kind of does smell like a blue fragrance. Yeah, it falls into that category. It really does. It's a blue. It's a spicier blue. Some greens. It's a very woody aromatic scent. That apple is just right to go with this scent profile because it's a lot of cedar. So you got cedar leaf and cedar wood. Nutmeg's a dry spice, woody spice. I really like this, guys. I might wear it tomorrow. I've got so many new fragrances I want to wear. It's hard to really decide, but man, I might wear it tomorrow. We're going to go with 8.25. These were some great pickups for me. These are my kind of style right here. This is my jam. Everyday wears. Go with everything. Both of them are like that. One more synthetic than the other. Like it's more and more of a blue as it settles down. I really like it. I don't know if it's my favorite in the line yet because I don't know if anything can dethrone the cologne, Mercedes-Benz cologne, but it might be the second place favorite over the Intense. I don't know. Cosmic Pepper is just so smooth, musky, and floral. Oh my God, they're good. As it's drying, I'm going to bump it to an 8.75. We're giving it another quarter point now that it's dry. It's had a little while to dry. It's been on my hand for about 30 minutes. It's getting better and better. Cosmic Pepper, you got to like creamy rose and musk. That's pretty much what it is right now with a light woodiness. Chef's kiss. Love them both. 8.25 for Mercedes and 8.75 is what we're going to bump Cosmic Pepper to. So let's see who's got what. Hate when I show up late. Wearing lemon lime, though. You smell great, Mitch. You smell great. Almost there. Damn, happy for you, Ross. Well deserved, for real. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're still we're kind of ahead of pace. Like, it's been a really good month. Really, really good month. Like, my views have skyrocketed. The subscriber base has jumped up quite a bit. Like, it's been a great month. Thank you, guys. Any of you that are new here that are watching and just can't comment yet because it hasn't been 2 weeks, I appreciate you. You regulars, I appreciate you guys too. The pace has jumped up a little bit. Like, I'm pacing like right after Thanksgiving. I mean, that'd be great. Fingers crossed. I would love to have a plaque and verification check for Christmas. That would be phenomenal. Fingers crossed. I mean, it's not up to me. I just make my content and whatever happens, happens. But man, I hope so. And I appreciate that. Seriously. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think because I keep thinking back to when I started the channel because my wife brought it up the other day. She's like, could you visualize the channel being where it is now? Like, did you have that thought when you started? It's like, not really. I was just talking about fragrances. And that's still what I do. There's things that came along with it, but over time, and that's because of you guys. But man, I appreciate that. I thank you guys for being here and subscribing and watching the content, but we're almost there. That's the big milestone, right? I mean, who really expects to hit 1 million? Jeremy did it, but I mean, it take a long time for most of us, a long time. For the few that really have a shot, we're talking a long time with this niche to potentially get there. So this is the real big milestone because there's 2 milestones on YouTube. It's the silver play button. It's the gold play button. So man, I can't wait, and I'm hopeful because I've never seen one in person, and it'll be weird to see one that says TLTG reviews on it. So I'm just I hope so. I hope sooner than later. Whenever it happens, it happens. But man, I'm not going to act like I'm not excited about it. I'm pretty damn excited about it. So thank you. Scott's in the house. What's going on, Scott? I got the last tester. Damn it, Julius. Damn you. It's okay. It's all good. I hope you enjoy it. Another one wearing Womo's signature. Good to see you, Keith. Roja signature Porom. Because I was talking about Zaharoff signature Porom. There is no Raja signature Porom. When we were talking about Scandal Parfum Cologne, I said my two favorites, the two that come to mind for a suit and tie. I said signature Porom because that's me assuming my audience knows about Zaharoff signature Porom. So my apologies, but Zaharoff signature Porom. Yeah, not Raja Dove. Skip my message. LOL. I got to repeat. If you layer Triumph, well, I mean, I have to skip around, boss. Come on now. Don't get your little feelings hurt. You know better. You know, you're here all the time. You don't have to skip around sometimes. If you layer Triumph of Bacchus and of the Immortals, you get Carlisle pretty much. Really? I don't layer, though. But it makes sense. It makes sense, boss. Excellent find. Excellent find. I want it just for the bottle. We can tell. I must be pretty far behind. Oh, wow, I was. Yeah, because I'm confused at this stage. They start getting more Club Black and Club Extreme, and I love them. Club Extreme was sad for me because I don't wear pure malt that much, and immediately I smelled pure malt. Amen pure malt. So any of you that wanted Amen pure malt, Club Extreme's available. I think they still have it in stock at Fragrance Buy. Just get that. It's the same. It smells the same to me. So it's like I have 2 bottles of it. So that's where it was disappointing for me. But Club Black, that's amazing. Look, if I wore pure malt all the time, I'd be like, yes. Now I don't have to go get an overpriced resale bottle. I'll never go through the bottle I have, let alone need Mercedes version of it. So I got it for content in the future as a good talking point when it's appropriate. But love the bottle. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, this camera is not picking it up as well as it actually looks in hand. It is stunning. The gradients to this is fantastic. Oh my God, it looks beautiful. Really does. Boy, if y'all could see it, especially with the light coming through the blinds. Oh, I mean, it's not the most important thing, but aesthetically pleasing is how I'll put it. That's fair, like dish soap. So it reminds Justin of a shampoo. Was it a shampoo or a hand soap? I forgot which one he told me. You'd have to watch our Parfums de Marly live stream on his channel from like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, something like that. And he said something along those lines about Greenlee. He doesn't like Greenlee. Well, in 42 minutes, watch my new video that drops because I can't talk about the sale until it goes active for everyone. So I can't. I actually can't talk about it and let you know. Those that are, rewards members in certain level, they got the email already about it because they let the higher level rewards members do the sale early. So that's why some people in the chat know about it. But yeah, just watch my video that comes out at 4 o'clock Central. It's literally in 41 minutes. So picked up Femininity, thinking I'll probably be too femme. Wrong. Smells unisex, fresh, and not too floral. Sorry to backtrack, but you did a Mancera top 10 not long ago with Cosmic Pet. Oh, yeah, I think so. But I'd have to really look at it and evaluate what could get bumped. That's the thing. I'd have to evaluate because I've done a Mancera top 10 twice, and they were 3 years apart. So they're pretty different. Only a few of them repeated because they were literally like 3 years apart. So we'll see where this goes in the long term because it'll be a while before I revamp a top 10 Mancera. It'll be at least 2 years probably. That's not an annual list. It's not a yearly seasonal kind of thing or something like that. Maybe next year if I get enough of them. Like if I buy another 8 or 10 Manceras between now and summer of next year, maybe I get some stuff where I have to revamp it. And this is one of them that would definitely, I'd have to really look at it to see, but this is a first impressions. But my initial thought is, yeah, probably so. I mean, we'll see what a full wearing experience does for it. I'll report back in a weekly rotation. You know, that'll be the first time you'll hear me report back about it, because it'll probably get within the next week. Ross to go to this shit. Cheers, my dude. I appreciate the $4.99 super chat, my man. And I don't think there's anything as far as greatest of all time when it comes to making fragrance content, because what it comes down to is everybody's just sharing their opinion and has their own unique personality or their vanilla personality. I mean, not everybody's got a great personality, right? Not everybody's got charisma and so on. Not everybody's relatable. And I'm not saying that to knock anyone. It's reality. And being blunt is what gets me a lot of flack, but I don't give a fuck. I'm blunt. There's the first F-bomb. But I appreciate that you enjoy my content is what it comes down to. I appreciate the $4.99 super chat. Thank you for being here. It's great to have you back. Man, yeah, it's going to be exciting. I'm very eager. But again, I can't dictate it. I mean, the pace could drop today, and it takes months or a year. You never know. I mean, we're pacing really well. I'm very thankful for it. So fingers crossed, fingers crossed. But yeah, as far as the GOAT thing, yeah. When it comes to an opinionated type of content, I don't think there is such a thing. I really don't. Because it's such bias, because who do you relate more to more? Who shares a similar taste to yours? That's, you know what I mean? Like I'm probably that guy for you. That's why you say that, so, and I appreciate the sentiment. And of course we froze. I know you guys can still hear me, so it'll come back. There we go. Well, yeah, everything, like any Mancera is worth a buy at $60 to me. Like I'll give any of them a shot for $60. I literally did it with Velvet Vanilla when I ran across it at TJ Maxx for $80, knowing it was going to be too feminine for me more than likely, and it was. My wife loves it, but I damn sure gave it a shot because I knew if it was just too feminine, my wife would enjoy it. Sure enough. So, I mean, Mancera Montal, Pierre Montal, one of my favorite perfumers. He does such good work. He really does. Apple Fahrenheit. And look, it's not though. It's not. It's ventured quite far away from that. More of its own thing. As it dries, though, I get more of a greenly. I do get a little bit more greenly as it's drying. But it's so intensely cedar. A lot of cedar. You gotta like cedar. It's a sharp cedar wood. You got cedar leaf in the opening and then cedar wood in the base. So it's cedar the whole way through. But a very green and spicy cedar smell. And just enough apple to give it that something extra nuance. I think it would be too boring without the apple. It's actually pretty damn good. Same, I haven't really smelled one I didn't like. Toomey 19 degree. Oh, that's such a good one, right? My Friday is going well. I hope you're enjoying yours. Yeah, that's such a good one. God, that's such a good release. That's not going anywhere anytime soon. That's staying right here for when I want to wear it again. It's a good fragrance. Yeah, Spencer does do that. Spencer's good for that. So Spencer, if you're doing it through Fragrance Buy, click my link tree. Click my Fragrance Buy link. So in all of my video descriptions, I have a link tree link down there. And then in the bio for all my social media profiles and on the channel banner for the page, there's the only link is my link tree link. So anytime you guys want to help support the channel, if you're going to make a purchase from anywhere I'm affiliated, I sure appreciate it. All right, let's scroll down. I'm just so far behind. I apologize, guys. I did. Don't go blaming me for you, Kyler. I'm just playing. I'm glad to have you, my man. Well, Jeremy didn't start off rich. He built this. He built what he's got. Shout outs to him for having his own show now, Happy to see your growth. You're very influential in my fragrance buying, and I appreciate your insight. Well, I take the opinion you guys have of me with my, trusting my opinion. I take that pretty seriously. Contrary to some's belief, that's what matters to me. Because the last thing, who wants somebody coming back saying, oh, you're full of shit, I tried that, I'm never listening to you again. It's happened. Doesn't happen often, thankfully. But it has happened. And because it's never anybody saying it nicely. It's always them being a prick. And people wonder why I'm such a smart ass in my comments. Like, because a lot of you guys don't see some of the shit that I get rid of in my comment section and why I'm snarky. If the shoe was on the other foot, more people would understand. And also, most channels, when they get to a certain level to where they're getting just so many comments, leave the comment section alone, and they just leave it be and let it become a cesspool and just don't even monitor it. Whereas I read all of my comments. I police my house. It's my house. This is my house. We're at my house right now. And I treat it as such. So I deal with a lot of dumb stuff, but there's way more good people than the dumb stuff, such as you guys. There's way more good people than there are shitheads. So, but I appreciate the compliment, man. I really do. Well, you never know. I mean, I'm not, German blonde-haired attractive dancer guy like Jeremy. So I don't think that the path is going to be the same for me. It's a very real possibility, all genres bops. Power. There you go. Sin of the Days Profondo. I haven't sprayed that in a while. I've never smelled the D Squared fragrance. No. I can't weigh in, unfortunately. Thanks for the clarification. We'll try the Zaharoff. Love the classic scent profile. So, a lot of people that have experience with George's fragrances will still tell you that that's the best one. I mean, it's the DNA that is the basis for all of the flankers. Signature pour aroma somewhere in every single fragrance, even an Aurum that's coming out. Watch is telling me to get moving. Every time I sit down for a little while for these live streams, it's like, yeah, let's go get some steps in. Come on. Before the year ends, congratulations in advance. I appreciate that. I mean, that's my hope. I'm pacing to do that. That is my hope. I'm extremely hopeful for that. We'll see. Because like I said, all I want for Christmas is a silver play button. That's what I want for Christmas this year. My wife asked me what I want for Christmas. That was my answer. Something she cannot get me. So, plus I get whatever I want all year long. I'm terrible to buy a gift for. Nobody give me a hug. What do you want for Christmas? A hug. What you want for your birthday? A hug. Just give me a hug. That's all it needs to be, because you guys are the main ones that see, most of the shit that I buy. I just started putting the hat content on the other channel and stuff. And like I said, we're about to have a Project Rock 6 unboxing on the other channel in a little while too. My favorite IFBB Pro, Michael Gasaway. Catch replay. Hope everyone's having a great weekend. Wearing Zaharoff's Signature Royale XXX, the collaboration with my guy, Joey Canoli. Excellent choice. Good to see you, my man. Hope you're well. Strapwise, go Heels. Hell yeah. Keep up the great work. I appreciate you, man. Aaron Terrence Hughes. I find his reviews fascinating because Aaron's fascinating. That's why. Let's see. Best Azara Wanted. It's not this one. It's between, in case you just got here, I'm wearing the Eau de Parfum, the newest one. It's okay. It's not as good as the Most Wanted and the Most Wanted Parfum. It comes down to those two. If you ask me today, it might be the Most Wanted, like you're asking me right now. Let's say the Most Wanted. Tomorrow, I might say the Most Wanted Parfum. Because they're not super redundant to each other. There's differences. But they're hands down, and I think most people will agree with me, it's one or the other for best of the line. So I would look to those, maybe get your nose on them, sample them. You're going to get more toffee sweetness out of the Most Wanted, the black bottle, whereas you're going to get more of this kind of burning wood type of smell with some more sweetness than the Most Wanted in the Parfum. They're similar, but not exactly the same. So I would say get out to a department store and give them a shot. You and Justin need to do a top homage. Love the content. I'd be open to it. That was fun yesterday, and we had fun doing the Parfums de Marley video. So next time we get together, it's going to be on his channel. We usually rotate. The exception was when I did that live reaction for his last satire video, because I wasn't expecting to have him on. It just kind of shook out to where I had him, and we already had a live stream scheduled for the next week on this channel. So that was an anomaly to have him back-to-back weeks, but usually I would say every month or so we do something and we rotate channels. So since we've been doing some fragrance rankings, I think we'll probably have a spicier topic next time for his channel. I mean, who knows? Whatever he wants to do, I'm down for it. I tell him all the time when he says, well, I'll think about a topic and get back with you. Tell him, you know me, I'll walk through a fire with you, or we'll talk about some fragrances. I'm good either way. So that's my guy, ride or die. He wants to, we want to get controversial. Let's get controversial. You know what I mean? Respectful. But some of the hot topics, we tend to cover a lot of them. It's not crazy like drama type of stuff, but it's like some of the burning stuff that we get all the time in our own on our own platforms, just nothing like crazy controversial, but not necessarily topics that are always covered the way we cover them anyhow. There you go, Spencer. Scent of the day, Intense Citra Boise. That's a damn good one. So we're going to be shutting it down here in just a little bit. I got a little bit more time, 30 minutes till my video comes out. So I got some time to spare. We'll hang out for a little while longer, guys. At least 15 minutes. We'll kick it. Because, we got the topic out the way. Just for a recap, scroll back to see the full impressions of everything with the note breakdowns and all that. But Cosmic Pepper, I gave it 8.75. It does remind me a little bit of Chanel L'Homme Sport. I can't get that out of my head now. With a creamy rose and musk combo. Like, it's not the same creaminess, but it's similar. Again, I don't think it's the same fragrance, but it definitely resembles it. Like I said, I'm sticking to that 50 to 60% similarity with the accords, not necessarily the notes. And then this, it's becoming more and more of Greenlee. Like the sharpness, that synthetic tone has calmed down. It's not as edgy. Still a little synthetic because, it's a lot of cedar, so it has that sharpness no matter what. Nice and fruity. I'm wearing this tomorrow. This is Friday's scent of the day. I was going to wear Oligarch Eau de Parfum. Might save that for Saturday. Or is today Friday? Today's Friday. I'm tripping. So I'll probably still wear Oligarch and then wear this Sunday. That's what I'll do. I'll wear Oligarch EDP tomorrow and I'll rock this Sunday. I'm tripping. I don't know why I was thinking it was Thursday. Just bought my bottles of Electimus Imperium and Vixair from Fragrance by Sale. Well, hell yeah. I sure hope you use my link. Let's see. Oh, hitting the logos. Hell yeah. F-bomb, and I'm here for it. Yeah, I was trying not to, but shit happens. Yeah, they do specific brands when they do their sales. So, funny enough, the original, I think, is the best one. It's spicy and boozy. It doesn't have the dense wood, heavy smoke, edgy leather. Like, I know a lot of people love that about the Intense. I actually prefer the original. And then I would say it's between Azure and Silver Lake because they're both very fresh. I think I lean more towards Bentley from in Azure. Would be my number 2. But yeah, Bentley from in the original, I think. And I don't have Absolute and Black. I don't have those two. But I have the rest of them. And yeah, I'm here for it. I've heard they're both really good. Like pencil shavings for the Absolute, and then it's a fresh tobacco for the Black flanker. I just never got around to getting them. So let's see. I got to scroll down. I apologize, guys. I get so far behind. Enhance my life many times over, a million thanks. Well, I appreciate you, Kyle. I appreciate everything you do for me in the channel. I appreciate your friendship. It's why you have a wrench. You're one of the few that has moderation capabilities on my channel. I don't just trust everybody. People have taught me over the years that I can't just trust everybody and be friends with everybody in this space. Okay. Always going to have hater troll comments, even on my streams. I get a few. I'm sure, boss. I'm sure. By the way, how'd your stream go? Because I was out and about when you messaged me. I wasn't able to get home in time. We were running around. There's certain days where we're just out most of the day. We'll feed the dog. When I get back from the gym, we'll feed her lunch, and then we're gone till the evening, going run all the places and do all the things. Ooh, still Tonka Cola. Yeah, still Tonka Cola. It hasn't cracked my top 5. Tonka Cola's in my top 5 overall from the house. That's going to have a firm place in the top 10 for the foreseeable future. I don't know if it's ever going to make its way out. I don't think that's one that can be bumped because I just enjoy it so much. There's others that have potential to get bumped out of my top 10 for this to replace it. Possibly Aqua Wood, because I think they do the same job. I think they swap out with one another for what I would want to wear, when and how I would want to wear them. Supermodel looking in the video. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, timing was everything with him. Ross the boss. Hope all is well. Son of the day. Aqua Senziali Blue per your recommendation again. Damn good choice, Brett. Aura Fresh or Versace Mano Fresh. Well, if you want the brightness, Versace Mano Fresh. If you want the added longevity, Aura Fresh. Interlude Black Iris. So I'm not a huge fan. I know a lot of people love it. I used to have a decan. It's been so long since I've smelled it. But Lamal Elixir, ties to the DNA. You have that minty aromatic green smell, powdery vanilla tonka bean combo. The tobacco, it's not like a hefty note of tobacco. If anything, it darkens up the fragrance. It adds a darker, earthier nuance to the sweetness. I think it's one of the best designer releases of the year. Some people will have it as their favorite. I think it's top 3 for the year as far as designer releases. But definitely neither are safe. I would definitely get decants or samples to try them out first. Because they can be a little on the bold side. I don't know your taste and your collection. So that's what I would say. Too leather heavy. Hope for a saffron. Well, saffron can come across leathery. That particular saffron oil is apparently very leathery. Saffron can do several different things, just like benzoin. Benzoin can it's a versatile note that depending on where it's sourced and what supporting notes it has, the way it's blended, it can come across different ways. But saffron's very much one of those notes. Fahrenheit Parfum. Excellent choice. Ooh. Versatility is not their strong suit. Between the two, they're both sweet and spicy fragrances. They're not really all that versatile. I mean, if I had to pick one, Azzaro the Most Wanted, I think slightly more versatile. Slightly, because Spice Bomb Extreme, I think, is just so much more of an evening scent. It's more seductive smelling overall, whereas Azzaro the Most Wanted, I wear that during the day when it's cool outside. I wear it more during the day than I do at night. So I guess I would have to lean to that, but versatility grade on those is pretty low, man. Definitely pretty low, at least for me. Situation where, I've heard it's got a pencil shaving smell to it, which I like. And giveaways on Sunday to the members of the channel on Sunday. Indeed. Last 2 streams went well. Thanks for asking. That's good to hear, boss. I'm glad to hear, my man. So I haven't gotten around to doing it because there's so many other things we've been getting. But my RGB logo sign, 36 inches by 30 inches, I just haven't gotten around to ordering it yet. I need to pay the invoice so I can get it made because it takes like 2.5 weeks to come in. But that's going to be going right above the middle. And I'll start filming even more over there. And even from sitting on the couch with the angle up to where you can see the sign. But that's pretty much going to be complete back here. I do need to get another strip of LEDs that goes right there because the strip that should go right there is right here. I just want, for the time being, I wanted to put it there, but the other 3 strips are out where they need to be. And then these are built into the desk. They're part of the desk. They actually have a channel for them. It came pre-installed and everything, like there's cables for them, but setup's almost complete. It's just so expensive to do the setup that I want that I've been spending so much money on things for the room on top of constantly buying fragrances. I've been buying hats. I buy a lot of stuff, guys. A lot of stuff. So it's not complete yet. Closets are set up, that like all the hat racks and everything I wanted, that's all set up. That wasn't expensive, but little by little I'm getting there. It's just, I would say the room is like 70% complete at this point. It just takes time because everything costs money. And now look, if I wasn't buying any fragrances, I could be done. I could be done with the room, but I'm still getting fragrances, constantly reinvesting in more, stuff for content, stuff to try and test and so on. And I told y'all he would show up at some point. There he is. Dan's in the house as well. Eternity Aqua, extremely underrated. I agree. I prefer it to Versace Pour Homme. Okay. Supposedly Gucci Pour Homme, slightly tweaked. No way to confirm this though. Yeah, I've never smelled Gucci Pour Homme. That's something I have in my cart. Is a lot of the Gucci Guilty Flankers that I don't have. I was going to go ahead and get for the fragrance buy sale. Let me look at my bank account. There you go, Sean. Aura Fresh is good stuff. Like I said, if you want the added longevity and you sacrifice some of the brightness at the top, Aura Fresh is the way to go. But if you want all of that brightness in the opening that Mano Fresh has, you need to get Mano Fresh. Because Aura Fresh is an eau de parfum, and it wears like an eau de parfum version would be of Mano Fresh. It wears a little closer, lasts a little longer. Kyla with $10 super chat. What is the 100K members giveaway going to be? A vacation to Fiji? Yeah, not quite. I would like to do something for that. I haven't figured out what yet. But I do want to do something special. Obviously, it's a major milestone. So I don't know what. I have some ideas. There's some things in the works. There's something really, really special in the works, but it's not a giveaway. But on top of that, which I can't wait to tell you guys because you'll see. But the giveaway, I got a few ideas on what I want to do. It's got to be a pretty good one. I don't know if we're going to do one crazy winner or a couple winners. I don't know. We'll know when we get there. I got a little bit of time. So we'll get there. But thank you for the super chat, Kyler. I appreciate that. So future buys coming soon from not talked about or maybe just a bit fragrances. Noted. Fragrance I'm wearing today available from now. Certain parfum on fragrance buy. Is Drew Brees going to catch your team? Drew Brees, I missed that on Sundays. Going to coach your team? No, I highly doubt Brees is going to come into coaching. I just don't see that happening. But I mean, then again, I'm not on the talks in his household either. So I highly doubt that, though. I mean, it doesn't matter who we have at coach. We don't have a good enough team. That really doesn't matter right now. Yeah, so it can come across really spicy. It can be a little metallic sometimes. It can be leathery. It can be very warm and ambery. There's a lot of things that play into that. Like I said, it depends on where it's sourced, the type of saffron, and then the supporting notes around it with the way it's blended will dictate the way it's going to smell. Because like leather, for example, there's no leather oil. It's a collection of notes that create a leather accord. Just like there's no real amber. It's benzoin. It's a benzoin resin. And benzoin can come across boozy. It can be aromatic. It can be vanillic and sweet. Or it could be straight up sticky amber. It could be dusty, dry amber. There's a lot to certain notes can do a lot of things, a multitude of things. Take your word for it. Hell yeah. On blast on Halloween. Okay, cool. What would you say are 3 surprising things the community doesn't know about having popular fragrance specific? Wait, what would you say are the 3 surprising things the community doesn't know about having a popular fragrance? I don't know. That's an interesting question. Very thought-provoking, if you will. Not really sure. I tell you guys a lot of stuff. I'm trying to think what anything specific. Not really. I mean, it's pretty much all in front of your face for the most part. There's nothing crazy going on behind the scenes or anything that's specific to a growing channel. Nothing I can think of that I don't normally talk about. I know that's not an exciting answer, but it's the answer. Unfortunately, sorry, man. Yeah, that's nothing I don't normally talk about. Sample. They have some phenomenal scent profiles. Just sample. Make sure it's the right move for you because they're very pricey. I haven't been in the sauna in a while. It's been a couple of months since I've been in the sauna. And it's not as hot in the pit, the warehouse gym that we have. So it's not like training in the sauna like it was during the summer. So I haven't really been doing that. In steam rooms, I just don't like steam rooms. Coral Fantasy, hell yeah. No, I've never even tried that one, actually. All done shopping, nothing too wild, would drop some change. Thanks, chat. No, I don't dress up for Halloween, man. I'll dress up as TLTG reviews for Halloween. There you go. So, perfect fragrance to put on Halloween. Liquids Imaginaires, Bros, do you choose a theme fragrance for those holidays? How about everyone in the chat? It depends on the holiday. I try to be a little seasonal about certain things. It all depends. I'll probably pick something a bit darker on that day. Thanksgiving, I usually go the route of gourmand. Not always. Like I did Epic Man last year, not a gourmand. So I don't know. We'll see. It depends on when I get there, you know. A little bit. I don't have a big collection. I have a few chains. Private line tees from George. Yeah, that's been in the works for a long time. No. So actually, shout outs to John Carlo. John Carlo's got an extra bottle he's sending my way when work slows down in the next week or two. Yeah, I definitely want the Jerry 12s, but I'm not buying them when they release. And tomorrow, I'm not trying to get them. I'm not paying crazy resale. It's a general release, just like the playoff 12s and the playoff 13s were. So I might get them like January. I'll grab them from GOAT for 20 or 30 bucks over retail, or get them below retail like I did for the playoff 13s and the playoff 12s. I got those under 200 a piece. They were 180, 190 range, which is they're 210 retail. So it's getting easier to get these general releases. So I will get them. I'm just not getting them tomorrow. I'm going to wait a little while. Maybe December at the earliest. It depends. I'm going to keep an eye on them on GOAT. I typically buy stuff like that from GOAT. So if you don't have an elite quarterback, you can win games, but you ain't winning chips. Yeah, you're right. Spice Bomb. I'm going as Jeezy for Halloween. Just going to wear super expensive clothes. There you go. 45, 39, 30. Been searching forever. There was one listed, literally sold about 10 minutes before my search. Bummer, still searching. I'm sorry to hear that, man. So we're about to shut it down. We're getting to the bottom. Oh, wow. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. And we'll end it on here on Percival's last question. Are you into sunglasses so much as you're into? I do have a small sunglass collection. I have the Armani's that Armani Beauty sent me a while back. I got rid of the Pradas that I used to have. I sold those a few years ago, but I have a lot from Nevin and Blenders. And yes, I was wearing Blenders before the Coach Prime shades come around, which I do have on pre-order. They don't ship till December. I've been having them pre-ordered. But I have 2 pairs of Blenders. That'll be my 3rd pair when the Coach Primes come in. And with Nevin, I have 3 pairs. I have 2 pairs of Pit Vipers. I have some Nikes that I like to wear when I play golf. Something Ace. I forgot the model. I bought them from Nike Factory Outlet years ago. And I'm trying to think, is there anything else? That's pretty much it. Like I have a small collection of them, but nothing loaded down with designer shades. I just have 1 pair of designer shades. I used to have 2. Like I said, I sold those Pradas that I had because I just wasn't wearing them. And I wear my Armani's pretty often. I've had those for like 2 years now. Over 2 years. It was when Profondo Lights came out. We did a collaboration, and they sent that as part of the gift care package, I guess you could call it. Some of you saw that video, but yep. But on that note, we'll go ahead and shut it down. I appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you to everybody that did the super chats. I would encourage you to sample these some kind of way if you can. I'm sure you can get samples of Cosmic Pepper a bit easier than you can with Mercedes-Benz Ultimate. You can probably wait and it'll continue to drop. I've been waiting. I got tired of waiting. That's why I paid the $60. And I am happy with it. But I think some of you at $60 might be a little disappointed because who knows, in 2 or 3 months, it might be $38, $40. It's a much better buy at that point, I would think, because it is synthetic and very woodsy, very green, fruity apple. I do like it quite a bit, but it's up to you to decide if you want to drop $60 on it. But in 11 minutes, I have my fragrance buy video dropping. So if you don't mind, please definitely check it out. If you want more details on the sale they are running this weekend for their 10th anniversary, it is the 10th anniversary sale for fragrancebuy.ca. And check out today's video. It was the designer take on I'm starting over. If I was starting from scratch with my collection, knowing what I know now. And these are the 10 designers I would go for first because we did niche, we did cheap, and we did clones. The only thing left was the designers. We went ahead and did that today. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. I hope you all have a great start to your weekend. Have a good one, guys.